From Mario Romano Field on the campus of Plymouth North High School, Dimension 36 presents high school football action as the Wildcats of Weymouth High get ready to tangle with the Blue Eagles of Plymouth. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Ducharme. I'll call you play-by-play as the Wildcats in search of a victory, number 7, and a victory which would clinch at least the tie for the Old Colony League title with Bridgewater Raynham. The Trojans still with 2 league games remaining against Silver Lake and against Taunton as the Wildcats come down to Plymouth off the heels of a very strong offensive showing against Falmouth, 36-20. They take on a Plymouth team which for the past few weeks has played some very strong competition in New Bedford High and in Brockton High, 2 teams that combined have just 1 loss between them. And, well, Blue Eagles could be a little bit banged up coming into this game. And prior to the game, I asked Weymouth High football coach Joe Kelly, are you a little bit concerned about your team maybe coming a little overconfident coming into this one?
Miller kicking off for the Blue Eagles.
And we're about set to start here at Romano Field. That's Justin Miller, just a freshman, will be kicking off for the Blue Eagles of Plymouth. As on a very windy day, the wind will be going from the Weymouth's end zone to the Plymouth end zone to begin this game. A swirling wind, to be more precise, is Steve Gabriel. Danny Daly and Keith Trezerio wait the kickoff of Justin Miller. Pull up a chair. We think we get a very interesting game. The Wildcats looking for a victory that can clinch a share of the Old Colony League title. And it's a line kick. And confusion on who'll take it. It'll be Trezerio. Keith wrestled down at the 23-yard line as Ryan Bierce in on the tackle. And the Wildcats go to work in offense. Mark Stanton, 7 for 9. Last week in the first half against Falmouth, we'll start at quarterback. He threw 3 touchdowns. Keith Williams unable to play in this one. Williams injuring his knee against Falmouth as Gabriel the deep back in the eye. Steve leading the Wildcats in rushing and in pass receiving, and Gabriel gets the call, slicing straight ahead, and Gabriel gets about 11 on the play, but at marker down back upfield is Jeremy Lotz in on the tackle. Offsides on Plymouth, however, and the Wildcats will take the fine run by Steve Gabriel to start the game. As Gabriel does get the first down, and referee Jack Foley signaling it the first down as the Plymouth Blue Eagle defense on your screen. Plymouth losing a lot of players to graduation. Gabriel not as successful this time as Steve crossed the 40 to the 41-yard line as Jamie Costa in on the tackle. Steve gains 3 on the play, 2nd and 7.
Squires on the tackle.
Mario Romano Field on the campus of Plymouth High. And they've changed one feature about this field. There used to be the light standard just in front at the 50-yard line. And they have changed it and put it back as Gabriel in the toss pitch runs into his own blocker as he gets in the Plymouth territory. That was Teddy Murch as he's brought down by Paul Musso. But a fine run by Gabriel, still the same, and Steve getting another first down as he gains 10 on the play. And the Wildcats have just come out with Steve Gabriel being the workhorse. Last week, Gabriel did it with pass receiving as he caught 6 of Mark Stanton's 7 completions. As the Wildcats with a win at their back from the 49 of Plymouth go to Gabriel on the toss pitch. Gabriel trying to push himself away from Craig Provo. Provo stuck with him and brought him down.
Lopes on the tackle.
As Gabriel just getting back to the line of scrimmage, it will be 2nd down for the Wildcats and 10.
2nd and 9.
As we have played 8 minutes,
Weymouth ball on Plymouth
just
49.
a minute and 40 so far. And we'll remind you, as far as Dimension Cable's coverage too, we will be bringing you that Division I South Sectional Championship game. Madison Park and Weymouth and boys soccer. That ought to be a dandy. Is on the track reverse. It's Chuck Montorio ripping off 11 in a first down as Jeremy Lopes brought down Chuck Montorio. And Chuck just coming around on the wingback trap and just exploding for 11 yards and a first down, and the Wildcats have just stayed to the ground to begin. Toss pitch. Gabriel. Gabriel is not going anywhere. Paul Musso. Fine defensive play. He came in, he just stood up Gabriel, and then Paul got held from Jamie Carpenter. As no gain for Gabriel on his last 2 runs as Plymouth is slowed down the Wildcats senior running back. 2nd and 10 as Weymouth is moved from the run 23 to the Plymouth 39.
Number 39.
First game we have done here at Dimension Cable in Plymouth in a long time, as Stanton firing it deep and wide open and caught for the touchdown, Keith Strazzeri. The two teamed up for a 35-yarder last week. This time, Stanton to Strazzeri from 39 yards out, and the Wildcats are on the board with 7:01 to go in the opening period. Todd Kerosy will try to make it 7-0 out of the hold of J.J. Cella. Kerosy does just that. The Wildcats, 77-yard drive in 2 minutes and 59 seconds, take a 7-0 lead. Todd Kerosy, who just hit his 18th extra point to kick off. The Wildcats on a 77-yard drive to begin the game. Very similar to the way they began it against Falmouth a week ago. And Kerosy about to deliver a high kick. And taken up to the 40-yard line by Kerry McGuire. And the Blue Eagles will start there on offense. Plymouth a week ago, banged up by the Boxers of Brockton. Mike Shea, who was banged up in that game, will be the quarterback. Tim Cherry, one of the few returners from a year ago in the backfield for Coach Bob DeSauniers in his first year at Plymouth. He had great success at Middleborough and at Bourne. And first down play, forget it.
Keller on the carry.
Danny Keller just not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. The Wildcat defense, which is a little bit different because of Keith Williams and Joe Donovan's injuries at the defensive end position. Well, it's changed with Joe Viola and Jake Bronchuk at the defensive ends. And Viola in on the first tackle, no loss of 1. 2nd and 11. Second and 11, flipped out and intercepted by Lions. It's on the 2nd and 11
interception
pass play. Chuck Montorio just played it like a center fielder, and it was just floated to him by Mike Shea, the Plymouth quarterback.
We have a flag on the play.
A marker back upfield, and let's hold on and look for the call on the play. It's Jack Foley, our official. And the Wildcats will get the ball clipping Weymouth. So after the Montorio interception, Wildcats hurt themselves with a clipping penalty. And they will have a 1st and 10 instead of being up at about the 40-yard line. The Wildcats will be pushed back to the 24 as the Wildcats. 24. Mark Stanton just 1 for 1. And a 39-yard touchdown pass it was. And Gabriel had a good first series running the football. Darren Gladstone, who is now the reserve tailback, goes straight ahead as Darren gets 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5. Darren, who a year ago ran the ball extremely well, had a tough start this year, but also the fact too the running of Steve Gabriel and Keith Williams just put Darren in the wrong spot as far as the running goes, as Henriksen on the straight ahead handoff. Lou who gets the tough yardage inside for this football team, does again, getting the first down. He gets 10. It's the Wildcats, but going back to Darren Gladstone.
First down, Weymouth. First and 10 on their own 40.
He has been playing stellar defense at the safety position. And with the injury to Keith Williams, he's being called on to run the football. And Darren Gladstone straight ahead. And Paul Musso and Craig Provo bring him down. It's Darren. Following the blocking of Teddy Merchant, John Tordiglione, and Robbie Herrick. Gets 5 on the play, 2nd and 5. And Darren with 2 carries for 10 yards so far. It's Gabriel back in the lineup. Steve toss pitch, cuts it back inside.
Gabriel on the carry.
As Lou Henriksen tried to kick out the cornerback, Warren Smith. And Gabriel thought he had a better chance cutting it back inside, and Steve gains 3 of the 5 yards that were needed on the play. 3rd and 2 from the 49, and the Wildcats so far dictating what they want to do in the first 5+ minutes of this football game. Gabriel on 3rd and 2 gets the first down,
Gabriel
and you're going to add a couple of more yards on the play. Kerry McGuire, in trying to make the tackle, tried to grab at his uniform, instead caught him and the face mask. And McGuire, it was an inadvertent grab of the face mask of Steve Gabriel, and the Wildcats will add 5 yards to what Gabriel gained.
First down, Weymouth.
As the Wildcats.
Weymouth ball on Plymouth 39.
After the Chuck Montorio interception this year, 13 times they have forced turnovers. They've scored on 4 of them. And they're looking to make it 5 for 14 as Lou Henriksen.
Henriksen on the carry.
Just goes off tackle. And Tim Cherry brings him down after a 3-yard gain. And Wildcats being very businesslike so far. And you look at 45 in the lineup. Normally you say that's Joe Donovan's number, but Joe unable to play the rest of the year with a fractured ankle. And Alex Provost, whose shirt didn't have his shirt, so he's wearing 45 in this game. And Gabriel gets the handoff, breaks it outside. Steve trying to make it a foot race. He'll score.
Gabriel for the touchdown.
Steve Gabriel came off tackle and broke it outside, and it was 6 points for the Wildcat halfback as he just continues his sensational year. And the Wildcats, with 2:55 to go here in the opening period, now lead 13-0.
Guess he'd attempt the extra point.
Karasy's extra point kick is good.
Kick is good.
19 in a row for Todd Karasy this year. And the Wildcats have come down 2 possessions, 2 scores, and lead Plymouth 14-0. After the Chuck Montorio interception, the Wildcats turn it into another touchdown drive. 39-yard run by Steve Gabriel with a 39-yard touchdown pass by Mark Stanton and a high kick that is going to roll out of bounds as Kerry McGuire watching go out of bounds, and the Wildcats with a 14-0 lead. And we'll see if the Blue Eagles will take it, and they will have good field position. It'll be there 32. Options being discussed with Tim Cherry. Plymouth will take it right there.
Oh, first and 10 on the
Wildcats so far, 14-0, they lead. And Plymouth's first possession was not exactly what they wanted after the Weymouth touchdown drive. Mike Lyons intercepted as Tim Cherry cuts it back inside. Cherry trying to get loose, and Cherry just goes down on his own. And Cherry upset with himself because he looked like he was going to break that for a long gain. Instead, Cherry gets 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6.
2nd down and 6.
A week ago, Falmouth tore into this Wildcat defense for nearly 300 yards of offense.
Ball is on the 37.
20 points, and it's the most in a long time that our Rostatora defense is allowed as far as points and yardage does go. Lions over the middle, caught by McGuire. McGuire dropped by Alex Profos on the spot. As Alex, who last week,
tackle by
talking to statistician Ben Ells, told for me that he set a game record for tackles for Weymouth High. That's Weymouth High,
not on the
Weymouth North or Weymouth South, but Weymouth High with the merge of the schools. 19 tackles against Falmouth. And he's also broken the season record with 103. 3rd and 1. And movement by Joe Viola. But he got back, and Dan Keller is going to be snuffed out by Lou Henriksen.
Tackle by Henriksen.
As Henriksen blitzed through and made a nice play on that particular run by Dan Keller, because Keller tried to break it off tackle, and Henriksen just beat him before he got out there. And Jamie Costa will be called on the punt.
Costa the punt for the Eagles. Back deep for Weymouth, Gabriel.
As he drives out a nice high kick. That is bobbled, picked up by Gabriel. Steve trying to turn the corner. Steve gets stood up as he gets it out to the 37-yard line.
Gabriel on the carry.
And back upfield, a little extracurricular activity. Off-camera view. It's one of the Plymouth players and one of the Weymouth players getting it almost in a little push-shove, but 43 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Wildcats, 2 possessions, 2 scores, and looking to make it 3 for 3. And again, good field position is a penalty marker on the play. And the option being discussed with Eric Squires, one of the captains of this Plymouth football team. Mark Stanton listening in on the conversation. And let's get the signal. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, Weymouth. And Plymouth will get the football, as apparently it was while the ball was in the air. And I believe that is the case. Plymouth gets the 1st down. 1st down, Plymouth.
Penalty is illegal substitution.
An illegal substitution on the Wildcats. So the Wildcats hurt themselves, and they give Plymouth the 1st down. And
Plymouth ball, 1st and 10 on the wrong 46.
Head coach Joe Kelly having a look across field, and he was extremely upset. As on the reverse, it's Cherry trying to get outside, and Cherry isn't even going to go anywhere. He's going to lose big yardage. The Wildcats floated the ball nicely. Danny Daly and Lou Henriksen come rolling in along with Ted
on the tackle.
Sean Small
flag on the play
to bring down Cherry. An illegal shift on Plymouth. But the Wildcats will decline the penalty. Danny Daly already saying that. It is very, very windy here at Mario Romano Field.
Penalty is declined.
And the wind so far, the Wildcats
2nd and 12.
in a swirling wind.
Ball is on the 44.
It's blowing right now towards the press box side. On the field, it is blowing behind the Wildcats' backs, and right now they've just blown out to the 14-0 lead as Lions flip outside and caught in the Weymouth territory by Jamie Costa. As Costa just swung out and hauled in the Lions' pass. And it'll be short of a 1st down. It'll be 3rd down and 3. As the Blue Eagles. 16 seconds to go in the opening period, trailing Weymouth 14-0. Roll out, flip by Lyons, he just overthrew.
Pass was intended for
Mike
LaPointe.
Shea, Plymouth quarterback. As Shea overthrew his intended receiver. And Plymouth will be faced with a 4th down and 3.
4th and 3.
And they will be kicking the football away. Jamie Costa to do just that. Last time the Wildcats got nailed with an illegal substitution on the punting situation. Timeout.
Timeout. Plymouth.
As Coach Bob DeSauniers and his team have seen Weymouth come out to score 2 quick touchdowns and take a 14-0 lead with 10 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. And Plymouth has said no, they're not going to punt the football. Mike Shea brings his troops out. It's Cherry in motion. Quick flip over the middle, caught by McGuire. They get the 1st down, and a flip ahead to Cherry. And Cherry is going to go. But it's going to be brought back because it's a forward lateral.
Flag on the play.
McGuire got the 1st down, and then he just flipped it to Cherry. It was supposed to be the hook and ladder. But instead, it's going to be a penalty back on Plymouth. As Cherry, who rolled in for the touchdown, will have it wiped out. The hook and ladder. And the knocked off of the penalty. It's in a 2nd forward pass. It's a Plymouth player shaken up. We're about set to begin the 2nd quarter, 14-0 in favor of Weymouth. And the situation as it stands as we left you at the 1st quarter ending was the fact there was an illegal forward pass on Plymouth. The pass reception from Mike Shea to Kerry McGuire stands. It is a 1st down for the Blue Eagles at the Wildcat 44-yard line as we begin the 2nd quarter. I'm Mark Duchamp with you from a very, very cold Romano Field. As complete pass again by Shea to McGuire. As Kerry McGuire brought down by Alex Provost.
On the tackle.
As Kerry McGuire has just been slipping out from the tight end spot and just finding himself in an open area. And Mike Shea on the roll has been able to find him. And that's something that Coach Bob DeSauniers' teams were successful with down in Middleborough in the last few years. He used a run and shoot offense. And the Middleborough teams had great success with it. And the theory is, as far as
That's a 1st and 10.
Plymouth goes, they just want to stretch the field and try to give Tim Cherry an opportunity to run inside on them, for them. And right now they've been able to stretch the field. As Shea, flip out that is dropped by Jamie Costa. Costa was open, but Danny Daly and Lou Henriksen were rolling up in coverage. 9:14 to go in the half.
2nd down.
14-0. The Wildcats lead.
Ball is on the 33.
It's a very wild play to end the 1st quarter. Got the Blue Eagles to this point. They tried to run the hook and ladder. They got the 1st down pass to Kerry McGuire, but he flipped it ahead to Tim Cherry, who ran for the touchdown. As on the reverse. What a very nice tackle. Aceto Berry got dumped by Lou Henriksen. Just rolled up and just took the pins of Aceto Berry from under him. No gain, 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 9. Ball's on the 32. It's
Cherry, the only back in for Shea in the backfield, 3rd and 10. Quick hitter, McGuire has it tipped away and it's intercepted. Kevin Shaw, his 2nd interception of the year, as Kerry McGuire hit it just pop off his hands, and Kevin Shaw was right behind McGuire and took it. And the Wildcats start the Blue Eagles' march. And they will take over at their 33. Shea tried the quick pop pass with McGuire, but Kerry just had it slide off his hands, and the Wildcats on 1st and 10. Go to the ground, go to Gabriel. Steve trying to juke outside, and Steve gets 6 on the play as Steve tried to get more and could not because Phil LaPointe stayed with Gabriel and made the stop. On 2nd and 4, to the ground the Wildcats stay with Chuck Montorio, and Chuck gets more than enough for the 1st down. It's Chuck to the 46-yard line. As Chuck only needed 4, he got 7, and Jeremy Lopes cuts up from the pile and makes the tackle.
Ball is on the 46.
For both Weymouth North and Weymouth South a year ago, they both fell to Plymouth, which went on and won the Super Bowl, beating Central Catholic. And it was talks going down, not just the fact the OCL title, but revenge. And a marker down as Gabriel went down.
Gabriel on the carry.
And got roughed on the play on top of it. Personal foul, face
We have a
mask on
marker on the
Plymouth.
field.
It's Eric Squires in on the tackle, and apparently Squires and one of his teammates added
Foul,
to
face mask.
the situation. And right now Plymouth becoming a little bit unglued. Mike Shea has thrown 2 interceptions so far.
Down Weymouth.
One led to a touchdown drive for the Wildcats as Chuck Montorio's
Ball is on the
interception.
37.
And then Wildcats march down the field with Steve Gabriel from 39 yards scoring. Stanton trying to run from the pressure, and Stanton will not. Stanton is dropped back at the 38-yard line as Craig Provo was able to track down Mark Stanton as Stanton was looking to go deep, but good coverage by the Blue Eagles prevented Stanton from getting the football off, and then Craig Provo from behind was able to bring down Stanton. As Mark loses 2, the first yard that he has lost this year. To the ground again, and it's going to be Montorio. Chuck Montorio.
Tackle by Lope.
He doesn't have overwhelming speed. Chuck just knows how to play the game. That's the best way to describe Chuck Montorio. He does a lot of things well. He can catch the football. He can
Ball is on the 28.
And he's today showing that he's a pretty good running back. His 3rd and 2 play. Chuck Montorio is straightened up by Eric Squires, and the 2 get up and not the best of terms.
Tackle by Squires.
But depending on where they mark the football, let's see where it's going to be short of a 1st down. This Chuck got to the 28, he needed to the 27. In fact, they will measure 5:25 to go in the first half, and it's been the Wildcats so far. And they'll say not measure because they'll say that Chuck Montorio is short. First time in 4 weeks the Wildcats have had a 4th and short situation that they will attempt to go for. Montorio will get it.
Gabriel on the carry.
Gabriel will get it and more. Go to the statistics. The Wildcats have not done well in those fourth down plays. A 4 for 14 coming into this game.
1st and 10.
And
Ball is on the 21.
Time that they're successful keeps the drive alive. Stanton, play action, just guns it out there, and it's caught for the touchdown. Stanton just laid it out there.
Pass is complete to Brown.
John Brown, his first reception of the year, and it's a touchdown. And Mark Stanton just put it on the money. He threw it off his back heel, and John Brown and the Wildcats, after the Kevin Shaw interception, extend their lead to 20-0. Stanton threw it off the back heel, and John Brown with a very nice catch. And Todd Kersey will look to make it 21.
Extra point is good.
Todd Kersey,
21.
3 for 3 in extra points. He's 20 for 20 on the season, and the Wildcats lead 21-0.
LaPointe and Costa.
After the Kevin Shaw interception, the Wildcats marched 67 yards, and a beautiful pass and catch by John Brown gives them a 21-0 lead. As Danny Keller on the kickoff, Gabriel waits for him, and Keller runs by him, and an excellent return by Danny Keller gets it out to the 46.
We have a flag. We have markers on the
And a flag down on the play, and we've had a few of those to begin the game. Personal foul, face mask, Weymouth. And Danny Keller's fine return gets even more yardage because of a very foolish penalty on the tackle, because it is considered a flagrant face mask.
Penalty is face mask on Weymouth.
15 yards added to it. 4:25 to go in the half, and Plymouth down 21-0. And they will have superb field position. Despite the good-sized lead by the Wildcats, you don't want to let Plymouth get themselves back into the game. Giving them this type of field position helps a great deal. As they go to the ground, and Cherry going
Cherry
nowhere. Lou Henriksen
tackle by
trips him up.
Henriksen.
Wildcat senior linebacker.
2nd down and 7. Ball is on the 37.
270 tackles in his career. Weymouth and Weymouth North High. Shea, flip back over the middle, deflected, intercepted. Wildcats with their third pickoff, and it's Lou Henriksen. As it was tipped, and Henriksen was there, and Mike Shea brought him down, but Lou Henriksen with the interception. And with 3:42 to go in the first half, the Wildcats looking to put this game on ice pretty early. Gladstone, the deep back in the eye. Stanton will throw on the roll. Stanton firing it deep, and it's wide open and caught.
Pass is complete
to Steve Gabriel. To the 18. As Gabriel was wide open, and the pass wasn't short, Stanton would have just got it to Gabriel in the line, and it would have been 6 points.
Weymouth ball on the 18, 1st and 10.
And people who thought that Wildcats without Keith Williams in the lineup, the offense would be slowed down somewhat. Well, Gladstone, Gabriel, Montorio, and company are doing the job. Darren Gladstone gets about a yard, 2nd down and 9.
Tackle by Fitzgerald.
And the Cats looking for more. It's Mark Stanton. It's 4 for 4 in this game. He's 11 for his last 13. Talk about having a game and today, Stanton, and even last week, it's Montorio
on the carry.
Short yardage. The Wildcats faced with a 3rd down and 5 coming up. The fact of the matter is, Stanton, the way he's been throwing, he add to the running attack. This team has got versatility to make them very, very tough to defense. Inside handoff, Gabriel stood up.
Gabriel on the carry, tackled by McGuire.
As Kerry McGuire brought down Steve Gabriel. And Gabriel short of a 1st down by 2.
4th down and 2.
And the Wildcats
Timeout, Weymouth.
will take a timeout. As the Plymouth fans have got to be wondering what is going on here, because the Wildcats have come down and just taken it to the Blue Eagles, 21-0 with 1:46 to go here in the 1st half. 4th and 2 for the Wildcats, looking to keep this drive alive as they look to add to a 21-0 lead. And they stay to the ground. Gabriel slides in behind Hendrickson. And Steve might have the 1st down. He's going to be close. Steve was tripped up on the play.
Tackle by Squires.
1st down, as Eric Squires did bring him down, as Gabriel was tripped up by the Blue Eagle defensive end. And the Wildcats, clock will start, 1:36 to go. And Weymouth looking to add to what has been their day so far as they look for that share of the OCL title with a victory here. The final game of the regular season will be Boston College High. Toss pitch, it's Gabriel. Steve follows the wall and goes in.
Gabriel for the touchdown.
His 2nd touchdown of the game. He just followed the block and cut it back inside. And on the toss pitch, scores. And the Wildcats keep on trucking here in this 1st half, as they've had things their way, 28-0 with 1:11 to go. Todd Kerosy, 21 for 21 this year. 28-0 Wildcats.
28 from a 0.
Danny Daly on the kickoff, as it's taken by Dan Keller. And Keller breaks it up to the 34-yard line. And Plymouth with 1:03 to go in the half will have the football there. It's the Wildcats, 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns, and they've had 3 pass interceptions here in this 1st half. It's not been a good half for the Blue Eagle offense, who's had some good points. Mike Shea's passing has been solid. He's used Kerry McGuire as his key receiver, but the Wildcats have been able to shut down the Blue Eagles when it's counted as Dan Keller gets it back 2.
On the carry.
Plymouth might be content to let things end this
Tackle
way.
by Hendrickson.
As Captain
2nd down and 7.
Hendrickson in on the tackle.
Ball is on the 37.
Yes. Plymouth, one more play possibly. Let's see. They still stay to the ground, and they will take a timeout. As took too much time.
Timeout.
The Blue Eagles, it's not been a good half for them. They have just been run over by the Wildcats.
Plymouth really doesn't have anything, huh?
One more play for the Blue Eagles to run. And Shea. Flip back, caught Dan Keller. Keller trying to break away, and then he will be brought down by Henriksen. As Keller get it to the 47. And the clock will start. And Plymouth will now take a timeout, as they thought they had called the timeout, and they did not. 11 seconds to go in the half. All Wildcats. Day has been picture perfect for the Wildcats with a 28-0 lead, as they had just dominated here in this first half. 11 seconds to go in the half. Plymouth. McGuire now getting set. He was supposed to be in the left side, and kept Shea being chased. Just guns it deep. Intercepted. Fourth one of the half for the Wildcats. And trying to get on the sidelines is J.J. Chella, and Chella gets pumped out on the final play of the first half. And some pushing and shoving after the whistle. Cross field, and it is all Wildcats. As the Wildcats force 4 turnovers in the first half and get touchdown passes from Mark Stanton to Steve Gabriel and to John Brown, and rolling to an easy 28-0 halftime advantage. Second half, also done it with the defense in this one, as they have picked off 4 Mike Shea passes. And that is why they have the big lead over Plymouth. As the Wildcats, with a win, claim share of the OCL title on a very, very cold, blustery day here at Mario Romano Field, and the Wildcats have just come out determined that they're going to get that share in this one. And Danny Daly just lines it. And it's taken and brought out by Jeff Duhamel. And let's see, you got to mark a little extracurricular activity after the play. This game is getting a little bit chippy. Talking to a few people that were down on the sidelines, they said it is getting very, very chippy, and Plymouth offsetting penalties on that play, but it's getting a little bit chippy as far as this one. And combination of things, you look back at both sides. Weymouth took one on the chin. North did last year down here at Plymouth. South also took one on the chin, and these players want to get back at Plymouth. And Plymouth also wanting to make things happen after playing 2 weeks of New Bedford and Brockton, and now Weymouth, as Alex Provost and Joe Mackin. Just great. Tim Cherry for a loss of 4 on the play. And you look back too at the fact that Plymouth players, after the last couple of weeks and seeing these teams and 1-7 on the season, are a little bit frustrated as well. And trailing 28-0, the frustrations can build, and the officials will try to keep this under control as Cherry brought down by Shaw and Gladstone. As the play that is used a lot by the Washington Redskins, counter tray, used there with Tim Cherry, as Cherry took the step towards going to the left and cut back to the right. And Cherry just got a yard on the play, 3rd down and 11.
3rd and 11.
It's the Wildcat defense. Let's say only one series with it really bent in this game. Shea, quick out, and incomplete as he tried to flip it out to LaPointe.
For Berry.
Or check it, Cito Berry. As Cito was open for the quick pass, but Cito wasn't going to get near enough for the first down, and on top of it, he took his eyes off the football, and Jamie Costa will be called on the kick.
Cross to the punt. for Plymouth.
And a bad snap over Costa's head. Costa trying to get it and do something with it. He'll run. As Costa on broken field, trying to get the yardage for the first down. He's turning the corner. Costa down the sideline. Touchdown! And a flag though, back upfield. Flag back upfield. Jamie Costa went the distance. It'll be a 63-yard run, and Jamie Costa's frustrations say it all. Personal foul clipping on the run by Jamie Costa. It so often happens, and Plymouth will get a first down on a play like that, is that somebody, in trying to help out, thinks they are helping, and they're on the other side of the field, and they make a mistake. And the Plymouth fans very upset. But Jamie Costa's 63-yard touchdown wiped out. And the second Plymouth touchdown wiped out on the day. The first one, a very good call on the forward lateral by Kerry Maguire, but this one was away from the run. It's Cherry trying to turn the corner. Tim will not.
Cherry on the carry.
Tim gets popped out of bounds across field by Danny Daly as the Wildcat cornerback just rolled up and got Cherry for a loss of one. But the fine run by Jamie Costa, who right now is on the sidelines being consoled. He thought he had a touchdown, and instead it's nothing for the Blue Eagles, but just a first down run. As he took what was a bad snap and turned it into almost one of the worst plays of the year. And the fifth pass interception of the day for the Wildcats, Kevin Shaw. And Shaw had green grass in front of him if he could have kept his feet. As Jeff Duhamel on the tackle. But Kevin Shaw,
Weymouth ball, first and 10 on the 41.
will give the Wildcats excellent field position, the 41-yard line. And Mark Stanton, who's got touchdown passes to Keith Strazzeri of 39 yards and John Brown of 21. And movement, Teddy Murch pulling himself up a little too early. And a legal procedure will put the Wildcats back 5 yards. It's Wildcat football team. So I was getting 2 touchdowns today from Steve Gabriel. And Gabriel now with 74 points in the season with 12 touchdowns for the Wildcat senior captain. Gabriel, toss pitch. Gabriel looking to get it outside. Gabriel almost does. As Steve get the yardage lost in the penalty. As Jeremy Lopes brought him down. But Gabriel get not only the 5 that was lost in the penalty, adds to it 7 more, second and 3.
Second down and 3.
And for the Wildcats to get ready for BC High.
Ball is on the 48.
In the final game of the season next week. Got a Lou Henriksen on the ground. Lou just burrows ahead for the first down to the 43.
Tackle by Squires.
As the Wildcats just keep on moving. 5 pass interceptions in this game. Kevin Shaw with 2 of them.
First down, Weymouth.
Lou Henriksen, who's gotten 1 himself, Chuck Montorio, and J.J. Cella. Darren Gladstone, Kerry Maguire,
Gladstone on the carry.
Eric Squires are there to bring down Darren Gladstone. As Darren ran into 2 of them, along with Craig Provo. Second down and 8. Just joined us, all Wildcats, 28-0. They have just taken it to Plymouth. Chuck Montorio on the trap.
Montorio.
It's more than enough for the first down. It was looking like Chuck was just going to keep on pushing and breaking it for the distance. But the senior halfback is having quite an afternoon for himself as Chuck giving the Wildcats another first down to the 32. They've been able to do what they've wanted to do in this
on
game.
the 31.
Darren Gladstone takes the toss pitch. Darren looks to break it outside. Darren almost does.
Gladstone on the carry.
As Jeremy Lopes brought down Darren Gladstone. But Darren almost breaking it. And the Wildcats just keep on going.
First down,
Plymouth
Weymouth.
wants a timeout.
Timeout, Plymouth.
The Wildcats just enjoying this one. As final performances they've had all year. 28-0, looking for more. 4:51 to go in the third quarter, and the Wildcats on the Blue Eagles 17.
Ball is on the 17.
As they are just doing it in the air and the ground, and one of the few times they've gained short yardage in this one. As Hendrickson gains 2. As Lou trying to explode through the line of scrimmage. Ran into Craig Provo.
Ball is on the 16.
The Wildcats, a few times they've had second and long in this one. Go to the ground, and Gladstone gets a block from Murch, looking to turn the corner. Darren gets tripped up on the play. As Phil LaPointe just caught Darren at the ankles and prevented Darren from getting outside, and Gladstone gets 2 as Teddy Murch sealed the inside off, and then Gladstone almost broke it outside. Third down for the Wildcats. And the Wildcats will need 8 on this third down play. As Stanton option to Gabriel, turning the corner, gets some great blocks, Steve, looking to get the first down. As Gabriel inside the 10 to about the 8. But Steve Gabriel gets some excellent blocks as everybody just pulled out and gave Steve the blocking he needed, and Stanton waiting to the final second to pitch the football. And the Wildcats
ball is on the 8.
Looking to get their 5th touchdown of the day. It's from the 8-yard line. They stay to the ground, and Hendrickson just drives ahead for about 1.
Hendrickson on the carry.
Three times the Wildcats have taken turnovers and converted them into points. And they're looking to make it 4 times in this game. The only reason on the 5 interceptions that they've gotten that they did not get an opportunity on one was the final play of the first half. And timeout on the field. 2:33 to go in the third quarter. It is all Wildcats here at Mario J. Romano Field. For this offense, it has been quite a show. They have just come after Plymouth and done what they've wanted to do. They have a 2nd and goal right now. Chuck Montorio's first touchdown of the year.
Touchdown, Montorio.
Chuck just took the straight-ahead handoff, and with that wide open hole, he just blew right through, and the Wildcats lead 34-0 with 2:30 to go here in the third quarter.
Caraceded to attempt the extra point for Weymouth.
As Todd Carasy will look to add the point after kick. And it's blocked and loose, and remember, it can be returned the other way. And it's Well, history will not be for Todd Kerosy because he was looking on that point after kick the break. Frank Quincy Cavallo's extra point string of 21 in a row. Kerosy ties it as the Wildcats lead 34-0 with 2:30 to go here in the third quarter. After the interception by Kevin Shaw, the Wildcats turn it into another touchdown. A 7-yard run by Chuck Montorio to go up 34-0.
Kickoff for Weymouth.
Danny Daly to kick off as the Wildcat captain. It's the knuckleball. That spins over Costa's head, and Costa will take it inside his 5, and Jamie gets dropped.
On the carry.
As special teams play, Darren Gladstone
Tackle by Gladstone.
brings him down. And helping Darren out was Mike Tierney, as the two of them just tracked down Jamie Costa. And Plymouth will have the ball at the 13-yard line. One thing about it, this field position, one of the few times this year that the Wildcat special team has had a team start inside their 20 after a kickoff. Straight ahead,
On the carry.
it's Cito Berry getting very short yardage. It's the Wildcat defense just plugging it up after about a 2-yard gain.
On the carry. On the tackle.
And the Wildcats, excellent shape. This defense has played a strong football game so far. 5 turnovers they have forced, as they have done everything that they are supposed to do in this one. And timeout, Plymouth. For the Plymouth cheerleaders, not much to talk about in this one. It has been all Weymouth. Second down and 9 for the Blue Eagles. And they go to the ground, and Tim Cherry gets planted.
Berry on the carry.
Cherry just got dropped.
Tackle by Henderson.
As the Wildcats just strung the play out and wouldn't allow Tim Cherry to break it outside. And it'll be third down and 9 for the Blue Eagles. This Weymouth defense has been all over the field in this one. Shea looking for somebody to throw to. Has it caught by McGuire, and Carey took it away from Darren Gladstone and gets the first down out to about the 35-yard line, as Carey McGuire just took it away from Darren Gladstone. The pass was behind him, and Gladstone looked like he had the interception all lined up.
Ball is on their own 34.
As
First and 10.
Plymouth, who's had some very good highlights in this game as far as moving the football, but they've also hurt themselves. The rain cost a 63-yard touchdown run, wiped out on a clipping penalty. As they go to the ground, and Lou Henriksen is there to meet
On the carry.
Cito Berry.
Henderson on the tackle.
As Lou is having a whale of a football game, just was in the hole and put down Cito Berry for no gain in what will be the final play of this third quarter.
Ball is on the 35.
On this cold, raw day at Mario Romano Field, the Wildcats led 28-0 at half. They get a touchdown run by Chuck Montorio in the third period and go to the fourth quarter, leading Plymouth 34-0. All Wildcats. They have just coasted in this one, and aggressive defense, super offense, and got them into a 34-0 lead. Cito Berry gets planted by Lou Henriksen.
Tackle by Henderson.
Who else? Henriksen's had an incredible day today. as the senior captain linebacker has just been all over the field. We're going to have a count of tackles as Henriksen will take a break. And the Wildcats switch up on the linebackers, get Adam Good in there. Shea on the roll, firing it back over the middle and nearly intercepted by Bud Tyro. As Tyro just stepped into the passing lane and knocked down the Mike Shea pass. And 9:20 to go, Jamie Costa doing his last punt attempt. And one of the wilder plays of 1990 as we have timeout on the field. There's confusion as far as people being in there. Plymouth timeout. All Wildcats, 34-0. Jamie Costa to kick to either Keith Straseri or Steve Gabriel, who are waiting. And Costa this time gets the good snap and rides out a high but short kick and gets a roll out of bounds, and they'll mark it at the 35. And the Wildcats see how they go with the personnel.
First and 10.
And they will go to the
36.
reserves. People like Adam Goodrich will get in there and get some work. As with the Wildcats comfortably in front. They also go to Adam Sheehan. J.J. Chella will run the attack. And Chella, Danny Sullivan is fullback. Darren Gladstone gets about 3.
Gladstone on the kick.
Plymouth trying to keep some positive to this one.
Tackle
They
by
have a lot of their
Carpenter.
first line players in, 34-0 trailing. The Eagles looking for the positive in this one. Gladstone turns the corner. Darren trying to get outside. Darren brought down after a 2-yard gain. As across field, the Plymouth players shaken up.
Tackle by Lope.
As Phil LaPointe in on the tackle, and Plymouth will take time out for the injured player with 8:30 to go, all Wildcats. Warren Smith was the injured player, and he had to be helped off the field, an ankle injury, and the Wildcats, as far as play goes, 3rd and 5 from the 40. Reverse trap, Danny Daly just breaking through, and Danny refusing to go down, and Danny gets the first down the midfield.
Tackle by Squires.
Danny, his first carry of the season is for 10 yards on a first down.
First down, Weymouth. Ball is on their own 49.
For J.J. Chella. As Mike Ramos come over the football. He'd love to engineer a drive as well. Darren Gladstone. Second effort, Darren gets 5.
Gladstone on the carry.
Tim Cherry was able to finally push Darren down.
Tackle by
Along
Lope
with
and Carpenter.
Carpenter. And Wildcats just going to run the football for the rest of this way. Be surprised if JJ does put the football in the ears, not only because of the score, but the win factor as well. Danny Sullivan. As Danny gains 2. As Sullivan, reserve, fullback. Wildcats, just 7 minutes to kill, and they will be officially co-champs in the OCL with Bridgewater Raynham. Darren Gladstone looking to get the first down, and Darren to the 38-yard line. And Darren does get the first down.
By Squires.
It's Eric Squires brings him down. Eric, his older brother Ken, one of the better players. Plymouth in the last few years. Excellent running back.
First and 10.
Eric Squires.
Ball is on the 37.
An individual who wanted to become a lineman and help out Coach Bob Desoniers in his first year. Gladstone. Drop from behind.
Gladstone on the carry. Tackle
by Kevin
Bravo.
Yee and Craig Provo. Bringing down Darren Gladstone. And the Wildcat just going to grind things out. Top of your screen.
Second
Wildcat
down,
coaching
11.
staff. Watching play and enjoying this one. Danny Daly on the wing back reverse. Danny
Daly on the carry.
just pushing people ahead. And Danny, they list him at 170, he's more like 155, and Danny's just pushing people like he's a 220-pound running back. It's Daly
Third down and
gets a couple
7.
on the play.
Ball
Third
is
and
on
7.
the 35.
And the Wildcats. Just doing the things that they want to. And Darren Gladstone gets a block from Danny Sullivan and
Gladstone
gets horse
on the
collared.
carry.
As Jimmy
Tackle
Fitzgerald
by Fitzgerald.
grabbed Darren from behind, and Darren was looking to break it outside, and Darren could not. And Darren does not get first down yardage. He's going to be short by about 4 yards. It'll be 4th and 4, 4:35 and counting to go
Ball
in
is on
the
the 32.
game. And the Wildcats second team just rolling down the field. They'd like to get the first down, keep this drive alive, keep it going, and kill the clock. Chella, keeper, JJ trying to turn the corner. JJ won't, as JJ could never turn the corner.
Tackle by Mayberry.
As an excellent play by Mayberry to bring down J.J. Chella. And the Wildcats come up empty on the 4th down play. With 4:09 left, Plymouth will have the football. One of the few times that Weymouth has done something where they have not come up successful
First and 10
on this day.
on their own 35.
As has been their day. They have just owned everything as far as this one goes. The offensive line play, the defensive line play. They've got 5 turnovers in this one they have forced. And Plymouth goes to Cito Barry on the ground. Gets away from Darren Gladstone, but Darren hustles back and stays with the play. And Cito Barry with a very nice run.
Gladstone.
As Cito just turned it upfield nicely and got a run into Weymouth territory to the 49.
First down, Blue Eagles. Ball is on the Weymouth 48.
It's the Wildcats trying to keep the Eagles off the scoreboard as it's Cito Barry with not as much success. Kevin Shaw
on the carry.
was able to make the play because Danny
Tackle
Desmond
by
clogged
Shaw.
up the area where Cito Barry was trying to run, and then Kevin Shaw from behind was able to bring down Barry for a loss of 2.
2nd and 11. Ball is on the 50.
3:10 to go in the football game. Coach Bob Desoniers, who took over for Carl Plymouth, a longtime successful coach here in Plymouth, had to look at the schedule and see New Bedford, Brockton, and Weymouth all around, and it had to be frustrating as Danny Keller
Keller on the
brought
carry.
down by Mike Tierney. As Keller gets 5 on the play. But to see that type of schedule late in the season, then you get ready for a game which ought to be interesting because it'll be 2 evenly matched football teams in Thanksgiving, Silver Lake and
Third
Plymouth.
down and 5.
But it's not the way you want to go in.
Ball is on Weymouth 45.
After facing those 3 football teams, as Cherry to the ground. Cherry gets popped.
Cherry on the carry.
Wildcat first defense just applauding their second team's defense effort. Danny Desmond, Darren Gladstone and company making the play. And it'll be 4th down. We hit the 2 minutes to go in this one. Plymouth needs 7 on this 4th down play.
4th and 6. Ball is on the Weymouth 44.
And Shea, we'll see if he'll go to the air. Shea looking, firing it. He is caught by Cherry down the sidelines. And Cherry gets the first down. As Tim Cherry
for the first down.
Getting the first down, but Taro in on the tackle. As the Blue Eagles keep the football going, Eric Dutcher also there. But a fine throw by Mike Shea, 1:20 to go.
Ball is on the 23.
And Plymouth on the Weymouth 23.
1st and 10.
Their drive alive. Shea. McGuire with the reception, short yardage.
Complete to McGuire.
Mike Tierney and Bantaro on the tackle. Plymouth will take a timeout with 58 seconds left. All Wildcats in this one. 34-0. 58 seconds to go, and the Wildcats with a 34-0 lead over Plymouth. Get ready for BC High and the final game of the regular season. It's the Wildcats' second defense. 72, Shu Cunningham gets set for the play. Shea under pressure, firing it over the middle. Touchdown! Plymouth gets on the scoreboard with a pass over the middle to Phil LaPointe, as LaPointe was wide open and Shea got it to him with 52 seconds left. And it is Plymouth getting on the scoreboard 34-6. As Shea had the time and just fired it over the middle for the touchdown, as Shea's time, which was running out, he's able to get it on the Eagles on the scoreboard. Justin Miller, the freshman, nails it.
Extra point is good.
And Plymouth with 52 seconds left in the game. It is Weymouth, though, owning this one 34-7. Only 52 seconds to go. Plymouth on their scoring drive after holding Weymouth in their territory on a 4th down play. Justin Miller to kick off. The key play was that pass to Tim Cherry by Mike Shea on 4th and 6 from midfield, and the onside kick attempt. And the Wildcats will have it as Robbie Herrick just holds out the football and says, okay, we've got it. Let's just kill the clock and finish this. And they only have to do, the Wildcats, 48 seconds, is get rid of and officially have the co-title with Bridgewater Raynham. That's providing Bridgewater Raynham wins their last 2 games of the season in the league, which are Silver Lake and Taunton on Thanksgiving. If not, they win or tie, Wildcats outright champs. And Darren Gladstone. Darren with 7 on the run.
Gladstone on the carry.
For the Wildcats, those 7 wins, 2 losses. Get ready for BC High, the final game of this regular season. Go 8-2. And you look at putting all the pieces together, and it was tough because 120 people prior to the season. The pieces have been put together somewhat. And the players who have worked so hard together, and it hasn't been easy, and they've done the job. As final play of the game, Danny Daly brought down by Tim Cherry, and those two have been having fun with each other all game. And Danny and Tim Cherry,
final score,
and their little war with Cherry gaining the advantage on that one. But Daly and the Wildcats have owned this one, as they got 4 first half touchdowns, 3 of them taking advantage of turnovers by Plymouth and roll to a very impressive 34-7 victory over Plymouth, and improve the record to 7-2, get a share of the OCL title, as the Wildcats just did it, and did it when they needed to do it in this game. They made the play.